Well, we have a wobbling storm track and varying moisture amounts. What will happen with the Friday night, Saturday storm? I'll break down the latest and the cold air coming in behind it for early next week. So once again, northern Minnesota got the snow, several inches of snow from Bemidji through the North Shore. Grand Marais got 7 inches of snow in one spot, and then those amounts really dropped off as we went farther south, just dusting in the Twin Cities. Whipping around today, though, with those winds. These are midday wind speeds. They're sustained at 20 to 25 miles an hour. Gusts, of course, have been even higher. We've had a gust as high as 45 miles an hour here midday so far in the Twin Cities. And gusts are all between 40, even 50 miles an hour in parts of western Minnesota. So blustery day today, keeping those temperatures really pretty steady too. But the winds will subside pretty quickly overnight tonight. So short-lived wind at least. But through the daylight hours, it's going to be pretty windy. Tomorrow, though, we'll see those wind speeds under 10 miles an hour. And with that, we're going to see a little sunshine to start the day Friday. So a seasonable day here for southern Minnesota, mostly in the 20s, which is pretty normal. Northern Minnesota, though, substantially colder, single digits and teens there. So that is below normal. And of course, the big story is the winter storm here, Friday night into Saturday. Winter storm watch for much of central Minnesota, including the Twin Cities. Now, winter storm criteria is 6 inches or more. And it's increasingly looking like we may be under that 6-inch amount. So that's why we're going to continue to watch this. And it's just a watch for the moment. But our storm system is reaching California right now. A big comma-shaped cloud here with showers for Northern California once again, where it's been very wet, and snow in the Sierra Nevada. That'll already be making its way towards us. By midnight tomorrow night, looks like the snow starts in the Twin Cities earlier in western Minnesota. Snowing pretty heavily early Saturday and into the midday, but then wrapping up here later in the afternoon, evening hours. So this thing is moving out of here a little more quickly than it had looked like. And there's also looking like there's less water content with the system, as well as kind of a wobbling track. So here's the European model for an example. The last 5 model runs every 6 hours since Tuesday night. And you can see what's happening. Started out looking like we get a lot of snow, and then it's really diminishing and shifting track. So now when we look at a bunch of the models, they range anywhere from 3 to 6 inches for the most part as far as those totals go. That is a far cry from the 8 to 12 that many of the models were going for yesterday. When we look at the ensembles, those give us a better idea of what are all the different possibilities within each model. And we look at the liquid, and then we got to multiply the ratio. You get similar story here, 4 or 5 inches of snow. So I think that's probably where we'll end up in the Twin Cities, the way it's looking right now. But individual model runs are kind of like polls during an election. One poll doesn't tell the story. You got to look at the whole thing of it. So the weighted average right now in the models is still on the higher side, 0.4 of an inch, which would yield a half foot of snow. So the weighted average of the models is in that 5 to 6 inch range. But again, the trend is going a little bit downward. So I do think, again, for most of the Twin Cities, 4 or 5 inches looking like a pretty good bet. But there could be some 6-inch amounts out of that. But there's just less water content with this storm. Now behind it, it is still going to get cold. Tuesday, we're talking single-digit highs below 0 to the north, and a cold night Tuesday night. Teens, 20s below 0 for northern Minnesota, maybe close to 10 below even in the Twin Cities. So get ready for some cold air moving in behind this. We'll rebound around 20 today. Sunshine, windy though. Tomorrow much calmer and not a bad afternoon. 24 is about the average high. And then that snow develops Friday night into Saturday. Colder behind it Sunday, but the sunshine will already be back out. But we are in for several cold days here, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday, before things are back towards more normal readings. It looks like by late next week, we should see highs once again in the 20s, and maybe another chance of some lighter snow on Wednesday.